The ripple effect of Diddy's lawsuit continues to spread, and a few hours ago, Fat Joe was hit with a $20 million lawsuit that also implicated Jay-Z's Roc Nation, among others. And even 50 Cent has shared his thoughts on this that turned out to be kind of cryptic. And speaking on these Diddy-esque lawsuits, if you recall, during Cat Williams' rant, he also mentioned TD Jakes.
Period. All of these big deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. TD Jakes, any of them, all lies will be exposed.
And we got TD Jakes and Oprah out here denying the Diddy parties that sparked some hilarious reactions so far. And we also got a damaging audio from the Diddy trial that's doing a great job to discredit Cassie right now, based on reactions on social media like, yep, lock her bum up too. So it is a lot to unpack today. And before we get to the key details, at the latter part of the video, we also have more about Eminem in the early days and his peak years, this time from Scott Storch, who's responsible for some of the most well-known sounds in hip-hop history. And today we also got an update that's come from Pusha T dissing everyone out there, as we got Yeezy's minion Dave Blunt out here firing back at Pusha T with, "Pusha T, you're 48, dissing a dude who did everything for you. Tell daddy you are sorry, we're not listening to that Mark Bomb album. You freaking suck, and we are not amused," laughing emojis. And boy, like the saying goes, the tongue speaks what the heart is full of, especially when it is wounded, and users on social media went no holds barred as they shared what they truly feel about Dave Blunt, and this went viral. Ageism is funny, cause Pusha T still got a longer life expectancy.
Good Lord.
And they kept going. Bro gon' need an extra oxygen tank if he kept talking ish like that. However, some in Yeezy's corner have fired back with, Pusha T would be selling features for $500 a piece today if Ye never revived his career and put him on good music. But what are your thoughts? And moving on, Fat Joe was hit with a $20 million lawsuit from his former hype man, Terrence T.A. Dixon, and the allegations are no joke. And here's a quick summary before we head to the reactions from fans and rappers like 50 Cent. And this was filed on the 19th of June, and Dixon is coming for blood, accusing Fat Joe, whose real name is Joseph Cartagena, of everything from sexual misconduct to financial fraud. And it is not just Joe, his associates Pistol Pete, Rich Player, and even Jay-Z's Roc Nation are caught up in this legal commotion. And Dixon, who hyped crowds for Joe for over 16 years, claims he was more than just a stage hype man, as he claims he wrote lyrics and laid down vocals for tracks like Congratulations, Ice Cream and Money Over Bees, but got robbed of credit and cash. The lawsuit states Cartagena and his associates deliberately suppressed and erased his contributions to Fat Joe's success and brand, leaving Dixon underpaid and cut out of royalties, and he's seeking $20 million for unpaid performance wages, lost per diem, stolen publishing revenue, unpaid royalties, and physical and emotional injuries. And now it gets darker. Dixon alleges he witnessed Fat Joe engage in sexual relations with children who were 15 and 16 years old, naming 3 Jane Does. One, a 16-year-old Dominican girl who allegedly performed as acts for cash and clothes. Another, a 15-year-old non-US citizen, met Joe at an overseas concert, and he allegedly paid for her BBL because her body was adolescent and not fully formed. The third, a Latina minor who Joe was supposedly in love with, even considering leaving his wife, setting her up in a condo near his family home. Dixon's lawyer, Tyrone Blackburn, even took things further to describe the rapper as Fat Joe is Sean Combs minus the Tootsie, aka pink cocaine, tying it to Diddy's legal drama. And Dixon also claims that he was coerced into over 4,000 sexual acts under duress, often under surveillance, with threats of being stranded abroad if he didn't comply. The lawsuit details these incidents occurred under conditions that included the presence of corporate security staff, surveillance cameras, and defendant's management entourage, yet no intervention occurred. He says this was part of a culture of dominance and humiliation enforced by Joe's crew with no consent, just fear of financial punishment, professional sabotage, or physical harm. And Fat Joe is fighting back already. His lawyer, Joe Tacopina, who repped A$AP Rocky, called it a blatant act of retaliation and complete fabrications. Taco Pina points out Joe sued Dixon first in April 2025 for defamation after Dixon posted claims online like Joe flying a 16-year-old across state lines for sex. Taco Pina says this is a desperate attempt to deflect attention from the civil suit we filed first, which exposed their coordinated scheme to extort Mr. Catehina. He's also shading Blackburn, noting the lawyer is facing disciplinary actions for abusing the court with salacious claims. And boy, users on social media have turned on Dixon instead. You observed this very illegal and immoral violation, but did nothing to protect the kids and are now suing the predator so that you can be paid out of the situation. Make it make sense. And some believe he needs to be locked up too. Man, what? Lock him up too? You just saying something? And 50 Cent posted this in response to the lawsuit. These baseless allegations and claims are not credible. I'm sorry, Joe has endured the public scrutiny and damage to his reputation. This is a stick up, raised eyebrow emoji. And 50 Cent says this while also posting this screenshot. Oop. Fat Joe accused of trying to hire someone to murder 50 Cent. Former hype man says Joe would keep tabs on 50's performances in an attempt to ambush him in public. And it is a lot of users on social media who believe this is just the beginning when it comes to lawsuits flying. And before we get to the phone call that's making the rounds while damaging Cassie's reputation, we got to hear from Oprah and TD Jakes.
I have never been near a puff party. Never been near. And anybody who knows me knows if there is a party, I'm the first one out.
Right.
I'm the first one out.
I stopped by Puffy's house for 30 minutes to say happy birthday to him during the day at 2 o'clock with staff people. And out of that came a love affair and all kinds of stuff that I've never seen.
You too?
Yes!
Yes, you too.
Yes! Now I'm almost 70 years old. What do I look like? And I am a grandfather. What do I look like at this late date?
And this sums it up nicely how users are taking it so far.
Who believes that? Because if you believe that, I need to go and get my psychological assessment kit. If you believe that, I need to go and get my psychological assessment kit, and you need an intelligence test right now.
And we got users pulling up photos of Oprah allegedly being present at Diddy parties. And more, Oprah lying for no reason. She didn't even have to make a statement. Everybody was partying with Puffy, but everybody wasn't at the freak-offs, and it is nothing wrong with that. And moving on to Cassie, we got an audio presented at the trial by Diddy's defense team where she was threatening to go Jack the Ripper on a male escort.
Yeah, you don't have to see it, but it's my life and I'll kill you.
Yeah, but
No, I will if you don't show me right now. I will you and I will hide you and I will cut you up and put you in the dirt right now. Pull it up. If you have it, pull that up. Because if not, I'm gonna you and then he's gonna you again. So just do it. Pull that up right now. You got that pull that up. I'm going to you. You don't understand. I don't give a I've never anybody in my life, but I will you because you're with me. You're with me in my life right now. If I saw a video of you doing anything that you didn't want people to see, I would show you the video so you could tell me what the happened. You're playing games with me, telling me you saw some now you're saying you didn't see some you're with me. I'm going to you up. I don't think you understand. And it's not going to be my hands, and it's not going to be blood on my hands. Someone else is going to do it. So you have to tell me right now, and I'm recording this whole shit. FYI, tell me what the you're talking about. Because this is not cool. We're not playing. I'm not playing with you, Sujit. Like, you saw some yes, you're my brother. Be my brother and tell me what you saw. You're going to be able to find it?
And I don't know if this was organic, but social media has been flooded with takes about how she's not a victim, but a co-conspirator. Screw the freaking immunity they gave to Cassie for her testimony. Cassie needs to be prosecuted alongside Diddy, and some believe she's both victim and co-conspirator, victim and willing participant. In my opinion, in her defense, she lived off fear, but she became what her abuser trained her to be, or at least to a certain degree. I love psychology. And moving on, we got to hear from Scott Storch about the first time he met Eminem and more, including a core memory of what Dr. Dre once said to M.
all my shit sent from Philly to LA. And like Dre and I just were like, pfft. The next day, I went in to meet him in the studio, and he's like, I got this like white rapper kid. He's really dope. His name's Marshall. And like we made just the two of us that day, which is like his first release on Aftermath.
Get out of here.
No, serious. And then the next day, I struck gold again, like, you know.
And when you first time met Marshall, when you first time met him.
He had black hair, he was chubby, and he didn't look even nothing like.
Did you feel there was something special?
Bro, he's
right off the bat?
A beast.
Like, but right off the bat,
Yeah.
you felt it?
Yeah. Immediately. And I knew, obviously, Dre his ears are priceless. So, you know, yeah, when I went to tell, like, the people in the Roots that, like, I was still, like, talking to sort of that I was going to work with Dre, they were like, you working with Dre 10 years too late, bro. Good luck. Like, yeah. And we went on the run of runs.
And when it comes out to him, first impression, walks into the room, your feel, your vibe when you meet him, what's he like? Forget about one, you know, some
He's
guys.
a funny dude.
He is a funny dude.
Yeah, yeah. He got a lot more serious over the years, but like, yeah, he's just funny dude, like super cool. Eats Taco Bell every day, literally every day. Yeah, he's a cool guy. He used to come to the house and make beats with me. He's such a like the things that make me laugh that stand out with Eminem. Like I remember Dre walking in the studio and I just happened to be in the room with M, and M was adding, the album was done. He was adding sound effects, like actual sound effects, like things that related to his lyric, like if it's a gunshot or something drop, whatever it is, a glass cracking, whatever it is, like he was just doing that. And I remember Dre being like, yo, enough of them motherfucking sound effects, man. It's done. But he's like a mad scientist. He's like really involved. He's not just a rapper. He's like producing the album, bringing the magic out of it, the sauce.
And Scott Storch giving Eminem credit for his production skills says a lot. Coming from the man who gave us classics like Still Dre, Candy Shop, Run It, Get It Popping, Crime Your River, Lean Back, You Got Me, X, and much more. And I'll be looking forward to your thoughts in the comment section. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.